Oh, how's it going, everybody? Oh, hello. Okay, what we're going to make something a little bit different today. This is pretty much a razor stand. It's basically a stand for a safety razor. And one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, a little bit on how to measure a safety razor. I didn't bring one out to the shop with me, but I'm going to use this screwdriver as an example. If you'll notice, this is called a micrometer, right? And one of the things that you got to know is what size of hole you want drilled down inside of this thing so that your razor will go inside of it and stand up. Well, there's no universal size for it. Hey Craig, what's up? There's really no universal size because you can get a really thin one and it's going to be around 10 or 11 millimeters. You can get one that is a fat one, it's going to be 15 millimeters. You can get one that I'm working on with Craig. This is his McDonald that you see over here talking right now. His is 13.8. Okay, when you're measuring your razor, let's just pretend this is your razor. You want to come over here, and if you look on here, this is 12.9 right here. But you don't always want to go to this. You want to go to the fattest part. Now this is 13.42. Now, when you tell me it's 13.42, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate and say, okay, if I drill this out at exactly 14 millimeters, when you stick this inside of this, boom, you got your razor and it goes inside. Is it going to be so tight that when you pull it out, you're going to have an air suction? So I may step up to the 15 millimeter to actually make it happen. So you always want to find the fattest part of your safety razor handle to determine what size you actually need. This again is called a micrometer. And you can find these at Harbor Freight. You can find them at Amazon. They're not that expensive. It's actually very, very, very simple. So, what I'm going to be doing tonight is I have two bits here. This one is 15 millimeters and this one is 16 millimeters. And with Craig's handle that he's got is 13.8 millimeters. Now, for that, I'm going to be rounding this out to 15 millimeters. Now, for a lot of people don't realize, a millimeter is only about this much. I mean, it is just little bitty, 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 bitty. So it's not going to be that big of a difference, but you want it as close as you possibly can, so that way you know what you're working with. All right, let's get this set up. I've been making shaving brushes all day today. So you're gonna have to forgive me. Everything I've got right now is set up for shaving brushes. So we're going to make Craig a stand for us. So now, if I drill this all the way down to here, this is going to put me at there. Okay. So I may want to extend this out just a little bit. to about right there. Okay, that's going to take me all the way down to the very bottom. Now, Craig, chances are when we get to this point, I'm just drilling the hole out right now, but there's a very strong chance that I may cut this off to like right here. You and I will work on that when we get to that point. Cool. This is a universal type clamp, so when you have something that's square, you can take it out. You're going to hold on to it and make for sure that it is square, it's beveled up. Okay, we're golden. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take this up to about 500 RPMs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this gears to a slower speed. Right. That way I can get down into that lower, higher torque. So that we can do a good drill out on this for the stand. Alright, we're at 480 RPMs. Can you see that okay? Yeah, you can. I'm going to turn this at a very low RPM. Put it inside of this just a little bit. Take an awful lot of that wobble out. Don't know this person, so Okay. All right. All right, I've got this drilled all the way down to about 3/8 to this end. So we got plenty of room to play with here. Ooh, it's hot. Good thing to put all your tools back up. And let's loosen this. We're going to be using an expanding mandrel collet on the back of this so that we can mount it. I'll put this right up here for it to be stabilized. Almost there. Okay, lock it down. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing, we're going to round this thing out. Perfect. All right, now time for me to get safetied up. And let me level it out. Verify. Okay, that's just a little bit too close. All right, we're going to need some speed. So we're going to change, we're going to go from second gear to fifth. Golden. Okay, I'm going to take this up to around 1800 RPMs, and I'm going to take all these corners off. That way they don't fly up and hit me in the head. Okay.
see what that flew off. Oh, it's right here. Right there. Right there on the wood. It's going to be cut off anyway. That boy flew out of here like a projectile. Anytime you hear that wood cracking like that, you want to stop and look at what you're doing. That way you don't hurt yourself or the piece you're working on, you know? Alright, we're slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. We're almost there. Got a little piece right there. Got it. Okay. Now I know where to go. let me look, Craig. Hey, what's up, Damon? You're more than welcome on the video. What's up, Damon? It's only hot where you touched it. Yeah, no kidding. That drill bit was warm. Man, was it warm. Talk about... Okay.
Mask is off. All right, Craig. I'm kind of looking at, you can see it, it's wood from here to here. So now, this whole facing here is going to be blue. So I'm trying to figure out what shape I want it to look like. And I'm trying to figure out if I want it all cylinder or if you want it to have some indentations here. But if you do that, it's going to take away from the facing on it. And again, I am thinking that we probably want to cut this about here. That would give us, that's going to give us roughly in stand, that's going to give us right at 67 millimeters from here to here. And with that, you're going to have 45 millimeters of the actual razor in the stand. So if it's top of it's here, the bottom of it's here, you're actually going to have 45 millimeters. So in SAE Imperial, that is 1.7 inches. That's 1.7 inches from here to here. Give me your thoughts, man. Man, I got some interference in this thing. Woo! Alright, well, I'm waiting on you to tell me the answer. I'm going to do something real quick. I see a couple of little knot holes. I want to fill those so we do not have a problem in the near future. Okay. Well, I'm not getting an answer. So, when all else fails,
Hello?
okay, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching the video and you call.
I know. What I'm looking for is what kind of shape do you want this thing? You can kind of see it right now, rounded out. Do you want it a straight cylinder like it is? It's going to show off the wood, or do you want it? Customized? What do you want?
I think a straight cylinder. Let's see what that looks like.
Well, once I cut this off to get to this end, there's no going.
Yeah.
Well, I could go back to it because I'm going to have a hole there. Never mind, I could. Never mind. Shank, shame on me. All right, let me clean this up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out, and then cut it off, and then we'll go from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
All right. Modern technology. Okay. All this glue here, I want to fix that so that we have plenty of no problems. See all those little glue holes, those spots that we just glued? Those were actual little tiny holes. And now they're gone. They're filled in with super glue. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this thing off right here. So that we have a stand that's about that tall. And excellent. That's the reason why I did that one, so that it did not come back and bite me. All right. What I'm doing right now is checking for any more cracks or any more defects in the wood, because this thing's going to get exposed to a lot of moisture, and the last thing I want is for moisture to get inside of it. So I want to make sure 1000% that it's good. You guys see me checking this all the time. There's a notch right here that's parallel. What I'm doing, this tool, this particular tool that I'm using, requires that I need to be right in the dead center of this piece as it's turning. And that's what I'm doing. I'm setting it to fit it. Okay, that's perfect. Tell you what, man, you got a lot of red burl back here. This is maple. You don't find this very often where you've got a two-tone. This is not molly. You've got a two-tone scenario here. Lots of burl in this, and then some tan burl in here. Then we're going to have that blue. It's going to be nice. Okay. Shaping is done. So now, it's only been an hour since I last used these, and they're almost dry. Fascinating. Damon says call him. I don't know who Damon's telling me to call. I'm getting all of those little tiny micro dot tool scratches out of it real quick. We're going to start out with some 220. Now, these long cylinder pieces like this, on this resin, on these, I am going to sand it this direction so that we know that we've got all those marks out of it. Guys, don't let me forget. I want to show y'all what I was working on today. I found some blonde maple burl. Really bleach blonde stuff. And I was able to incorporate it into a shaving brush. We're down to 600 grit, and that's what I want for this right before we put on the sanding sealer. All right, now let's clean it off. With some denatured alcohol. Yeah. Okay. Get some sanding sealer on that. So that way we can get this wood really sealed. Okay. All right, time to get busy with it. And start doing the finish of the sanding. Here's some 600. Here's some 1000. That's funny. This is on live video. Gary Sproul, Death by Sandpaper. Yep. Flapped to death. We're at 800 grit. Now we are at 1,000. Okay, let's see. I think it's neat to see the piece go from opaque to clear during the sanding. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, fine grit time. These sinkers here, they go fast because there's not that much there to sand. But on these things, I do the exact same process as if it was a safety razor. I mean, a shaving brush. We're at 3,200 grit now. This sanding juice that's coming off of this thing, it's a half mixture, half resin and wood. It's hilarious to look at. You know it's not 100% wood and it's not 100% resin. Okay, we're now in polishing area. Yes, this sandpaper does have some abrasion to it, but it's more of a polisher than anything. So this is 6,000 grit. But that's mainly what it's for. It's to polish. Okay, now we're at 8,000. And 12,000. Okay. Time to clean it up. I got my thermometer out when I was in dinner, and it's 89 degrees in here right now. Welcome to Texas, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna make you wait for a second. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Huh. I think it looks pretty good. Let me line this back up. Okay. You got burl, a lot of interference going on. Burl, tons of it. And you're cut off. Okay. Now, the question I always get is, why is this hole drilled back here? That is so that I can hold on to this thing. I could hold on to it with something like this, but it would scar the heck out of it. right, let me look. Thank you, Mr. Damon. Pocatello had a high of 50 today with a little rain and wind. Okay. Those stripes you're seeing is interference. It's not scratch marks. Not bad. Not bad at all, Leroy. All right, give me some thoughts here, man. Last call for alcohol. Anything you want to change? Here, I'll squat down. Look at this, man. I got shaving brush stuff all over me. Oh, let me go grab that one real quick. Here is one that I was working on today. It's a two-tone. It's got that blonde maple on it. Very large high back. This sucker comes all the way up to here. Got a hidden eye. Now when I put lights up on this thing lights up like that Galaxy does. Yeah. Okay, Craig. Anything we need to do to this? Anything that needs to happen? I think Craig took a nap. Jan, take over. Well, glad I got his phone number.
Hello?
Okay, so we don't need to make any changes?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a little bit of lag in the video.
Well, it's 10 seconds.
How much?
10 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, we were still clear back in the polishing process.
Really, I'm looking at it on here on my YouTube, and I'm standing up here talking. Yeah. Okay. So there's really nothing else we need to do to it. We're good. Okay.
I don't want any more shape in it right now anyway.
I don't think so either, because you do. You're going to start taking away from it. All right.
Yeah.
We're golden. We are golden.
Sweet.
Cool. You want this you want this piece of cut off that I got from it as well, or just throw it away?
Yeah, Jen said she wants it for something. I don't know what.
Done. It'll come to you. Thank you, Buttercup.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, after the video's over, we'll give you a call, Jen.
Okay. Look at this. Look at that handle that I just finished. I showed up there on the video. Let me.
Try, but it's not letting me watch the video and talk to you at the same time.